Yeah.
So for those of you who were listening last week, we have a follow-up to Badia's story.
Yeah.
And for those of you who weren't listening last week, now's a good time to hit the pause button and go back and listen.
Yeah. So she has a series of appointments with me. And so what we are doing here is we are pulling the threads through the different sessions. And in one of her sessions, she asks me, in several of them, she asks me about her mom. She wants to know if she's going to get her mom's house. She wants to know, she asked that question just flat out one day. Will I get my mom's house when she dies? And the guides say no. And she never asks me why. She just asks the question. And then another day, she asks the question, will I get my grandmother's house when she dies? And the answer is no. And again, she never asks the question, why or why not? And then further in the sessions, the guides reveal, well, through this process, because now, remember, Badia has had cancer, thyroid, and then it spreads into the pelvis. So they're talking about, as we move through the sessions, she finally figures out her own answer. And she says to me, and I think it was around the fourth session, she says, I want you to know I've got my notes. She says, like when I phone you, like I've got all my sessions, all my notes on a table in front of me. And I will like highlight and draw arrows and I will like link
Like an investigator.
Yeah, I know, it's really funny. I will link what you've said. And sometimes I will notice that I wrote down an answer, but I will write down afterwards in my own notes in purple pen. Why didn't I ask? Why not? And then she says, and then I'll think, geez, I wonder why I didn't ask that day. It would have been the most logical thing to ask Karen. And then she says, and then all of a sudden, in around the fourth session, when you told me that the cancer was going to return, and that it did, that I'm going to die before my mom and my grandmother. And she says, now that is a fact. That is no longer something that I can wonder about unless they drop dead like in the next couple of weeks because I'm palliative.
You could be listening right now. Coffee with the Sarlos airs early for our patrons on patreon.com/by Sarlo.